Do you fellows, do you people realize, calling everyone around the country and around the world, I may be the only person you know who is living under a trash emergency.
No.
Right.
You have a crisis in St. Paul.
I am
the capital
living,
city.
this isn't a watch. This is a full-blown emergency.
Joe,
Do you get a note?
mayor has broke all the rules for a decent, upstanding, successful society. All of them.
Yes.
Trash emergency.
Congratulations to the residents.
Do you
of St.
get
Paul.
an alert on your phone?
Or on your trash bin.
No, yes, we're under an emergency, and that means we don't know what that means. But my bin is at the foot of the driveway, and today happens to be my pickup day.
Ooh.
That's right.
Right.
So
You're right.
I have no expectation of it being picked up by the time I get home.
What a horrible pick. Tuesday might be the worst trash pickup day of all time. Don't you want it on Friday or Saturday?
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What difference does it make?
I want a clean bin for the weekend. Mine's Friday. Highland Sanitation
Weekend is when you fill it up.
for 30 years or 25 years.
That's what he just said, Joe.
I want it clean so I can fill it
Hey,
up.
what
with
day
those
do you want?
vodka bottles and
What day do you
Naomi
like?
wine bottles and sounds like I'm emptying a bar. when I throw it
Starting
in the,
today, I'm trying to get the emergency across,
Yes,
okay?
it is.
Yeah, that's right. Very serious.
Yes.
Starting today, the city will transition from 5 separate waste haulers to a contract with one provider.
Hold on. Read that
I gotta-
again. What?
Well,
had 5.
I can break it down for you. Before Carter took office, trash in St. Paul was collected willy-nilly, admittedly, by whoever you happen to hire. A lot of family operators. I had Highland for
I still
100
do,
years,
yes.
and I loved it, and I wish I still had them, but that was taken from me because apparently all these prematurely gray-haired 42-year-old freaks in St. Paul bitched and moaned about too much traffic. Too much traffic.
Passenger.
Too much truck traffic. So the mayor, I don't know, that appealed to his sentimentality, and he said, well, I'll fix that. So you went from, 12 carriers down to 5, and that we all got used to that, and that worked 5, and then now a new bidding came up, and this outfit, I think they're based in Spain, for God's sake.
What's their name again?
FCC Environmental, and their trucks run on propane.
S?
FCC.
FCC.
So this FCC apparently outbid Waste Management. Waste Management's been doing it for the last
How you
number of
doing?
years.
They're a little upset about it, too.
Can I finish this?
Yeah, but you got to hurry up. The mob's got to get back in here.
The St. Paul, but here's the problem. The St. Paul City Council has not approved a location for a garbage truck dispatch center, and thus the emergency. I can explain that to you. The owner of some land at the foot of Randolph in St. Paul, where Randolph abuts Shepherd Road, it's been a large brown field for ages. And the developer, realizing that St. Paul has made it nearly impossible to make any money because of rent control, decided to abandon his ideas of ever building anything there in terms of residential. And the developer put it up for sale. He sold it to FCC Environmental. So, and their trucks have been down there. They've been there. And there's an old building they were going to turn into their headquarters and what have you. A new group of neighbors used to have neighbors bitching about the trucks. Now this Fort Road Association, there really isn't a neighborhood there. There's no house. There's some houses across the street to the south, but they start complaining and say, well, we can't have trucks there. We want residential development because it's only zoned for light industrial, and these people are more than light industrial. And the mayor. Now the mayor is caught between the garbage company that bought the land for its headquarters and the neighborhood that doesn't want the garbage trucks there because they want to see development there and fountains and bicycle paths and all this other BS that's not affordable to do in St. Paul because he's created a city that's not livable or affordable. So here we have the trash emergency, and I don't know what will become of it. It shocked me to think that that piece of land could not be their truck depot. It's been nothing for as long as I could been alive.
How was the emergency declared?
Press conference, right?
Emergency sirens.
There were sirens.
Was there a switch being thrown?
Well, our lights went on and off.
Gotcha.
And then we turned on the news.
Joe, that area, you said it's zoned residential, right?
No, I think it's zone light industrial, but
Yeah, you got Keller Fence down there.
Okay,
You got
wait, stop, Matt. Just across the railroad tracks from that area, you know what is there, right? Budget Towing of St. Paul.
Yeah.
They've got a giant yard full of junked out
I'm very
cars.
aware of this. I'm very familiar with the area.
I don't understand why they couldn't put it right next to that area with all those junky cars.
So that's the only information I have. The information is that nobody got their ducks in a row because trash hauling is something that's terribly important and it's not nearly as fun as another new diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative or poem contest. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. The capital being in St. Paul, there's got to be a problem with that.
Yeah.
leaky. But here's the problem with St. Paul. On that nice piece of land where Budget Towing is and the new trash, that's close to the river. You could have a nice 6 or 7 level place, a senior retirement place with beautiful views.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying St. Paul does it wrong because they have all this commercial stuff right up to the river.
You're playing into the hands of the city council that doesn't want the trash people there.
I would like to see some development.
You don't live in St. Paul, so you can just shut the hell up.
I live there long enough. I live there long enough.
I think our
You're not under an emergency where you live.
No,
Joe,
I'm
I
not.
think-
We're every Friday, like paper or clockwork.
You like Friday, we know.
I think our
Yeah, Ray.
geologist lives just down river from that.
I know where the
area.
geologist lives, and she's under a trash emergency.
She's closer, I think, on the other side of Smith.
Do you
High
shelter
Bridge.
in place when you have the trash emergency?
We've been told to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or is it like hurricane season? You just board up the windows and get the hell out of there.
No, nobody in St. Paul can afford to go anywhere.
Other than that,
Just get the windowless white van, get the ski masks, some gloves, and chuck those bags right over the bluffs into the river. You don't have anything to worry about.
Say, I'm sure it'll come up today, material from the Center of the American Experiment. We're glad they're joining us, and I advise you to make their website one of your daily visits because you're going to get the news that's not